Does your girlfriend know that you are a catfish, that you lie to people?
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is AMANDAKATETRACY. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be doing our makeup. It's not even 7 a.m. I literally just woke up at 6:30. Well, 6, but I snoozed. Anyways, so I'm like half awake right now. I need to do my makeup, I need to get going, and I'm going to show you guys the entire process. It takes me probably 15-20 minutes to do my makeup every day if I'm just doing like my regular routine, because I pretty much have it like down pat. And I know that I look insane right now because I don't self-tan my face, obviously, as you guys can tell. So we're gonna make these colors match. We're going to do our entire makeup together. I'm gonna show you all of the products that I'm using, and yeah, let's get into it. So first things first, we're gonna be doing our eyebrows. I don't know if you guys start with your eyebrows or not. Let me know in the comment section. I used to do my entire face and then my eyebrows, but I feel like it was harder to like draw my eyebrows once I had like foundation and stuff on. It just didn't show up like I wanted it to. So I always start with my eyebrows. Now I'm going to just brush them out first. I am in front of the window, but the sun is literally just coming up now, and there's so many clouds that it's not like as sunny as I would like it to be. So I did turn my vanity light on. Now one thing about doing your makeup, like my biggest recommendation, I don't care what products you use, I don't care what brushes you use, you need good lighting. And the best lighting for makeup, in my opinion, is the window, natural light, or like white light. So my vanity can change. I don't know if you guys can see the difference. So it's like an yellowy light, and then there's a white light. So the white light to me, it looks more natural. I used to do my makeup in a bathroom that had like poor lighting, yellowy lights. Like I don't know what it was, but I would walk out of the bathroom, I would think I looked so good, and then I would go into the sunlight and I was like orange and then like white. Now we've switched that. We're gonna be starting with the Annabelle Skinny Brow. This is my absolute favorite brow pencil. My favorite part about this is that it is very, very thin. You guys can see that little tip. It is tiny, and it really does look natural when you put it on. It's a lot easier to do like little strokes with this to make it look like real hair. The color I'm using is Universal Dark. I used to use Universal Ebony, which is like really black, but I feel like having your eyebrows one shade, at least one shade lighter than your hair, kind of gives it a more natural look. Although my eyebrows are naturally black, like you guys can see, like this is my natural hair color. I'm just going to literally draw the outline of the eyebrow. So where I have my natural eyebrow, which I'm really grateful that my eyebrows grew back. If you've been following my journey, my eyebrow journey, I have a video called My Eyebrow Journey. You know that I used to pluck so much in high school that I am so surprised my eyebrows actually grew back, because they were like barely existent for a while. So you guys can see I really just kind of drew that in, and then for the front I'm just gonna do little strokes, and then we're going to clean up the eyebrow after. So don't worry if it looks kind of messy right now, because we're gonna fix that. And then I kind of just extend it out and up a little bit at the end. I personally don't like when my eyebrows go down like this. I feel like having them out a little bit frames my face, and it just kind of lifts things a little bit. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm gonna put my sunscreen on. So all I have on my face is, so obviously I washed it. So I use the CeraVe Oil to Foam cleanser, and that one is for dry to extra dry skin, which I have. I don't know why my skin is so dry. I've always had dry skin, so I always use like oil-based products, and for me it really works. And then I also put the CeraVe Intense Moisture Cream on. I will have those linked down below, and for me it just does the trick. I don't put anything else on my skin. I started using retinol here and there, but I haven't used it like regularly. I've used it like maybe 5 times in my life so far in like the last few months. So all my skin is literally just cleanser and moisturizer. Sometimes just going more like back to basics is helpful. I feel like all the other products, the like active ingredients, vitamin C, all this other stuff I was putting on my face, I feel like it was breaking me out. My skin is also very sensitive, but I feel like it just wasn't doing me any favors. So I tried to just bring it down to basics, moisturizer and cleanser. Girl, sometimes that's all you need. And then of course sunscreen, and this is my absolute favorite sunscreen for the face. This is the Garnier Eyebrow, and I use 60 SPF. Now the thing is with sunscreen, you can also get like sun damage even though there's clouds and stuff, and I know that's like what, but I swear even on days that it's like raining or snowing, I still put sunscreen on. I was taught that you can still like the UV can still get to you. I don't know, I'm not a scientist, but that's what I heard. The sun is like very aging, so to avoid as many wrinkles and stuff as I can, of course you guys know I get filler, I get Botox, but if I can avoid things, I avoid them. I don't smoke anymore, so that I don't have to worry about, because smoking definitely like ages you and it's obviously really bad for you. I feel like my diet also shows through my skin, so any kind of thing that I can do to make my skin look healthier and for me to also be healthier, of course, I am trying to do that. I'm gonna be taking a little Sephora brush. This is the Makeup by Mario and Sephora collab brush. I love this set. This brush is so thin at the top, and I'm going to just kind of like clean up the eyebrows with some concealer. My favorite concealer to do this with is the Merit concealer. This, I do have a shopping link for you guys, and the color I'm going in with is ochre. I have hit pan on it. I love this concealer, so I definitely have to go get more soon. I feel like it's just really easy to work with, and it's thick as in it's like you can tell it's a quality product. It's very pigmented and it goes on so smooth. It literally goes on like a butter. And this also allows me to do my foundation more freely without it going into my eyebrows, because obviously that's not what we want. And I kind of stop my eyebrow like where my eye ends, kind of like this. Do you guys remember that TikTok filter that was like your perfect eyebrows, and it was like your eyebrow should start here and then like the diagonal line from your pupil to the tip, or the arch I should say, and then where your eye ends is like the end of the eyebrow? I kind of try to follow that. So that's what the eyebrows look like. I told you guys they really do not take long once you kind of have the routine down pat, and it's all about shaping. Like once you find the shape that you're going for and with, and working with your own natural eyebrow, I feel like that's really the key. And of course, sisters, not twins. And I've said many times that sometimes they look like distant cousins, but girl, we're gonna leave it at that. So now we're gonna go into the face. So we're gonna be doing our foundation. Now I am the queen of mixing foundations depending on my self-tan color. Sometimes my self-tan is darker. Like last night I redid it and I put another layer on. So this is 2 layers of self-tan. We're gonna mix these 2 foundations and try to get the same color as this. And we're also blending our foundation down to our neck. Not like in grade 8 when we didn't do that. You guys remember using the Dream Mousse matte foundation? Girl, who let us out of the house like that? So I'm going to be using the CoverGirl True Blend. This is in the color T10, which is golden amber. And I'm going to be mixing with my Maybelline Fit Me. This is in the color 120, which is called Classic Ivory. This one is the Hydrate and Smooth, and then they have another line, like another collection, which is the Matte and Poreless. So I have used the same shade in this collection, but I prefer using the Hydrate and Smooth. Again, I have very dry skin, so anything that I can add kind of like some glow, some moisture, sign me up. It just goes on smoother as well because it's not matte, so it doesn't dry as quickly. So I'm going to put dots of this all over, and I know that I look crazy right now. You gotta trust the process. And I'm just using a Sephora brush to do this and then blending that down. My knowledge of makeup is just kind of, I know what I know. And once I find something that works for me, I do it for like years on end. Definitely a creature of habit. In my opinion, it's also about the application and also having your makeup stick to like a good base. So if your base is good, then I feel like your makeup has more chance of like coming out nice. Doesn't necessarily matter what product. And not to brag, but many people throughout my entire life have told me that my makeup looks really good and asked me like what foundation do I wear, things like that. Like I get complimented on my makeup quite often, so that just kind of proves to you that it doesn't necessarily have to be super expensive to look good. Now if you want to invest in luxury products, please, by all means. I'm just saying that don't necessarily have to. I'm just gonna blend that in with my beauty blender. This is a beauty blender that is dry. I know, controversial. I don't personally like the feeling of a wet beauty blender on my face, like the wet sponge. It's definitely a texture thing, but I just don't like that. And I do like the results of not wetting your beauty blender and putting that on your face. So if you guys try it, let me know. This what the skin is getting right now. You guys can see that glow, that shine. We love that. Now that our base foundation is done, we're gonna go in with some concealer. This is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, so it's the same collection as one of my foundations. I absolutely love this. This is so creamy. It goes on very, very smooth. This is in the color 05 Ivory, so this is their literal lightest shade. But I love the like white under eye, and I've shared this before. If you guys remember Kim Kardashian in like, I want to say 2004, 2006, like that kind of white under eye, for some reason I love that. Now I don't do it that extreme. I blend it a lot better than they did back in those days, but I just love the look of like a very white under eye. These are the areas I put my concealer. Literally, it's all about like shadows and illusions. So we're going to highlight with the concealer the parts that we want to stand out, and then the parts that we want to like sculpt, those are going to be with contour. So these parts are the parts that are going to be kind of like the main focus almost, and we're going to make them brighter, and we're also going to kind of lift the face with the concealer this way. So I'm gonna just blend this here, my chin, these areas as well. Especially having lip filler, like it kind of moves your mouth, and I feel like these lines are like more pronounced. So I don't know, maybe I'll get filler there one day. But for now, I just like to put concealer. I'm just kind of pressing into the concealer, and then I'm going to move it up this way a little bit. You guys can see that. I'm not going down too much. I'm just pressing it in and then kind of moving up. Now for my contour, I have a few different options that I like to work with. So I kind of rotate between these three contours. My favorite thing to use for contour is a dark concealer. So I'm going to be using this one today. This is by Merit. This I'm obsessed with. First of all, the packaging, super cute. This is in the color Sane, and I will link this down below, of course. Now the thing is with this, I am almost out. So you guys can see I'm like pretty low, but the color of this is just gorgeous. Now the thing about Merit products is that they are very buildable, so you can add more to make it obviously darker and more visible, or you can just use a little bit, and then it's kind of like that clean girl aesthetic makeup where it's not super full coverage like this right now. Like this, when you see me walking down the street, you can tell I have a full face of makeup on, which is what I like. I have tried so many times to do a little bit of makeup, and it comes out like this. I don't know how to do a little bit. I just don't. Alternatively, you can also use this one. This is a great concealer by Merit as well, and the color of this one is Tiger. I also love this color. And then this I just got recently. Now the thing with this one is I thought it would be darker than it is. So this is the same concealer as my other concealer, but this is in obviously a darker shade, which is called 050 Cafe. I find that this comes out looking more orangey than like a nice chocolate, which is what I was going for. So I'm gonna be using this one today, but depending on like my self tan and the look I'm going for, I use this pretty often as well, especially during the summer. It's just very light. So I'm gonna be going in with the contour, so I'm just going to go like that and then accentuate my cheekbones, and then we're going to contour the forehead as well. If I was going out and I was being all dramatic with my makeup, I would also contour my chin, my jawline. I'm not gonna be doing that today. I'm just gonna be keeping it like simple as full coverage goes. So you guys can see how I built that. So if you do one stroke, that's what it looks like, and then you can just build on that and make it darker. So I really love these products, especially for that reason. But all of Merit products are vegan, they're cruelty free. They really focus on like clean beauty, which is really nice. I feel like there are so many chemicals in everything nowadays. Like, as I said, wherever I can be healthier, I like that option. I'm also going to be putting this on my nose. I love this shape because it is really easy to just go make little thin lines, as you guys can see. So to blend this out, I'm going to be using this brush, which I have had forever. This is the Jeffree Star and Morphe collab. Yeah, exactly. I got these as a gift years ago and I still have them. I love them. Obviously they're pink, favorite color. But yeah, I'm just going to blend that out by literally tapping the makeup into my face. So I'm not going to be like dragging it along. I'm just going to be tapping it like this. And that just blends so easy. Like, do you guys see how, like, it just, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. For the nose, I'm going to do the same thing. Now that our face is pretty much done, I'm going to go in with some setting powder, and then we're going to be doing our blush later because our blush is not creamy, it's powder blush. So I like to put that on after the powder because I feel like it sticks better. So the powder we're using today is the Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm obsessed with this. I've used other powders and this one just always comes up on top. Like, I'm obsessed with this. And for this I use two different brushes. So I use this one, which is more fluffy, and for the parts that I kind of just want to get the powder on, I use this for. So this is the Real Techniques brush. I don't even know, this like pink and black one. And then for the more precise areas, I use a brush that is more like solid than this. This is like more fluffy. You guys can see all that powder. And this one is more solid. That's the best word I can think of right now. But I do like to go in with two different kinds of brushes, just depending on like the area that I'm going for. So I'm going to be using this and literally just going on different areas. So the areas that I like to set are the areas other than here that I put concealer on. So we're going to set our chin literally just like that. And I love applying this with a brush. I was applying this with those little like triangle sponges that you put on your finger and you just kind of like pat. I was doing that for a long time, and then for some reason I just felt like the product just kind of stayed at one place and it was hard to like move it around. I don't know if it was me or if it was the little sponge, but I saw someone on TikTok, I think it was Amaya Colon, and she was putting her setting powder with a brush, and I was like, huh. And I mean, her makeup is beautiful, so I was like, let me try. I feel like she knows what she's talking about, so let me do that. And since then I have not gone back, literally. And you can really see the difference. Like, that is where I just put the powder, and the way that this just gives that like airbrush finish, like, it's crazy. Like, the difference is insane. And it's just crazy that at one point in my life I just didn't even know about setting powder and I was not using it. Like, what was I doing? For under the eyes is where I'm going to be using the more like thicker brush. I don't know what to call this. I'm just going to pat the product into my skin, down my nose, that, and then my eyelid. I feel like this really helps with creasing because obviously I've put like foundation and concealer on my eyelid, so that will really help with it not creasing throughout the day, which is like one of my biggest pet peeves, is when my makeup creases. That's also one of the reasons that I don't put eyeshadow. Like, even if I'm like fully glammed up, it's like very rare that I put eyeshadow on, just because, first of all, I feel like I'm not very good at applying eyeshadow. I feel like it kind of looks like I'm 14, but I also don't like when it creases. So I'm doing this. I feel like it really helps with that. So you guys can see it that I haven't put the powder all over my face. I still have some areas that are glowy. I love a glowy nose. I don't know, it's just something I like, so I like to leave that there. But these areas I do like to set with the powder. I just feel like I just love the finish of that. We're gonna be going in with our blush, and we're literally almost done. We just need our mascara and then we're good to go, girl. So I'm gonna be using that same collection. Now this, the important thing that I look for the blush brush is this like fluffy aspect. So this is like a big fluffy brush. Rhea broke, so the lid is broken. This is from Essence. It is like a really inexpensive makeup brand, but it has such quality products. Like their products are incredible, and I think they're only available in Canada. I could be wrong, but you find them at Shoppers Drug Mart, and I swear by these products. Like I have used literally like their mascara, their contour, their eyebrow gel. I've used their powders. I've used their lipsticks. I still use them to this day. Like they're incredible products. I don't even understand how they're so cheap. But yeah, this blush, I'm telling you, so good. And then the color of this is Shimmery Rose. So I am starting to hit pan on that because I use it literally every day. And I am a blush girl. Like I love blush. Like you will find me applying blush right before I leave the house. Like probably 3 times. Like, are my cheeks pink enough? I just love blush. I feel like it just looks so girly and so feminine, and my favorite color is pink. I just feel like a girl when I put some blush on. So I put my blush on my the apples of my cheeks, so that's kind of like why I'm half smiling right now, just so like that area pops out. And the thing I really like about this blush is that it's kind of like a highlight, like a highlighter built into it. You guys can see it has that like shine, literally a highlighter. I mean, it's called Shimmery Rose, so it does have a lot of shimmer in it, which is not for everybody, but I personally love that. And then I don't have to put highlighter on. I don't know, putting highlight, like I just feel like I always struggle with that. I never knew how much to put, and I just would look like a glazed donut. So for the blush to do that for me, I'll take it. So you guys can see I do put a lot of blush, but I love that. And then one thing I like to do is just go over my nose with the blush a little bit, because it kind of gives that like sun-kissed look. And then I also put it right here on my forehead, because again, if you had a little bit of a sunburn, that is where the sun would hit you. So I like that kind of look. So we are officially done our face. We're not putting a setting powder, or not setting powder, setting spray, especially after you put powder. If you want to put setting spray on, put the setting spray on top of like foundation, concealer, contour, and then put your setting powder, because you're literally putting liquid on powder. Like it just disintegrates. Like I saw someone put powder on their hand on TikTok and then put the spray and it just like dissolves. And they're like, this is why you put it before your powder. And I was like, I do have a setting spray in the rare event that I use it. It's this one here, the NYX matte finish. But again, I just go on about my day, and my makeup stays literally all day. Like I could sleep in my makeup, it would look like that when I wake up. Like I don't understand, but I feel like it's all about the base and what the makeup sticks to. And I'm telling you, this doubles as a primer. Like you literally don't need a primer if you're using that. So now we're gonna be going in with our mascara. I have used this mascara since high school. This is the L'Oreal Telescopic in the color Blackest Black. I am obsessed with this mascara, and I get asked very often what mascara I use. The thing with this mascara is that the wand is so thin that it really like separates your eyelashes and it coats them, and it just, if you want length, girl, let me put you onto this mascara. So I'm gonna be going in literally just like 1 or 2 coats and leaving it kind of light like that, because the more you do, the more your eyelashes will look like so dramatic, so spider lash look. And I love that, although I'm not trying to go too much because I'm just going to work. I also just got this mascara like the other day, like this new bottle, so it is very fresh. It's very easy to apply, and I'm also a messy mascara girl. We're gonna clean that up after, but I think that that's another reason I don't do eyeshadow, because I would just be getting mascara all over it. Now if I'm going out and I'm being dramatic with my makeup, I'm gonna put on falsies, but not today, girl. That is one layer of the mascara. What I would do if I wanted it more dramatic is that I would just let that sit there for a second while I'm doing the other eye and then go back with another layer. And I mean, you can obviously do as many layers as you want, but this mascara, just the more you layer it, the longer your lashes get, because it just separates them so nicely. Like, I don't understand. I have put so many people onto this mascara. It's the best one. Like, it's literally the best mascara, and I have tried them all, girl. Like, trust me when I say I have tried them all. And then I have a daily debate with myself about, will I be putting mascara on my bottom lashes? And I feel like today I'm not, just because I'm just going into the office. Also, another trick I just remembered is that if you want them to look like spider lashes, which personally I love and I used to do all through high school, of course I was in high school in the 2010s, you would go in your lashes with the other side. So you're gonna coat the top and the bottom, and that together will give you the spider lash look. But today we're just keeping it simple. We're trying to be little classy women, and I already have so much makeup on that I'm gonna leave the lashes like that. Like, if I touch it one more time, I know I'm gonna go overboard, and we're not going there today. Now, the only thing we're missing is our lips. I've been trying to nail down like the perfect lip combo for me, and I feel like every week or so it changes. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm using right now, and I mean, next week it could be different. I show you guys in my vlogs always, so subscribe to not miss those. But right now, at this very moment, this is my go-to lip combo for like the last 2 weeks, every single day, like without fault, and I'm obsessed. So this is the NYX Liquid Suede, and this is in the color Sandstorm. This I'm obsessed with. I need this as a liner because I've been using the liquid lipstick as the liner, but you guys are gonna see the wand is pretty thin at the top. So I'm just gonna go in, and I feel like with a nice tan, I mean, without a tan, this color is beautiful as well. I feel like it really just complements the tan nicely. And the fact that it's a liquid lipstick, I mean, the way that it dries is gonna be really nice. And I love overlining, and I know that I have filler and I don't need to do that, but I just love that look. And then I'm gonna go in a little bit like this on the lips, so you guys can see. I'm gonna bring you in. You guys can see I didn't fully put the lipstick on my lips. I just drew like the line of my lips, and then I put it a little bit and just kind of kiss my lips together. And I'm gonna go in with my lip plumper. This is the Patrick Ta lip plumper, and the color is 2ccs. I'm obsessed. Yelena recommended this to me, and I can't stop using it. Also, the packaging, super cute, and you can just pop this in like your purse, your pocket. It's just really perfect for on the go. And the color of this, also the texture is just beautiful. It's so hydrating, so smooth, and it really just plumps your lips. I mean, not that I need it, but I'm addicted to lip plumpers. So that is what the makeup looks like. I know that for every day, this looks a little bit excessive for some people, but that is just what I do every single day. And I mean, I was talking to you guys through it all, so it took me a little bit longer than usual, but usually this entire makeup is like 15 minutes and we're out the door, girl. So this is like my go-to. And of course, if it's like evening time, I'm already ready. Like, I can just add falsies or add some like black eyeliner on my waterline, and I'm like ready to go. So it's very versatile. You can obviously bring it very easily from daytime to nighttime, because it is like already full coverage, and I personally just love the full coverage look. Like, 2016 makeup was like the peak of makeup in my opinion, and I feel like I'm kind of stuck there, but that's okay. Whatever works for you works for you, and this is what works for me. I feel like this also just like really looks good on my features, on my face. I feel like just finding something that works for you and your face is like the key. So I'm just gonna get dressed and then I will be right back. Alright, you guys, so this is the final look. So I just straightened my hair a little bit because it was in a bun all night, so it was like a little bit wild. So yeah, the hair is done. I'm just wearing this like midi length black t-shirt dress because I'm just going into the office. I have so many videos of like corporate outfit ideas if you guys are interested on my YouTube and on my TikTok, so definitely check that out. But yeah, this is the makeup look. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know your go-to makeup look, and is it full coverage? Is it clean girl aesthetic? Is it no makeup? Like, let me know what you guys do on a day-to-day basis. I would love to know. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I am doing a 10,000 subscriber giveaway, so let's get there. I also have all of the products I use linked down below. I have my Amazon storefront. I have all of my socials and discount codes. And as always, I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.